Feel that. Before you listen to my voice, before you try to understand the mechanics of the heavens, just feel it in your body. There is a warmth spreading from the base of your spine, a slow, honeyed heat that is moving upward, not with alarm, but with a deep and ancient sense of arrival. You may have mistaken it for anxiety, for restlessness in your sleep these past few nights. You may have felt it as a sudden, inexplicable craving for sweetness, for texture, for the feeling of real soil under your feet, or the weight of a heavy blanket over your limbs. This is not random. This is not your imagination. This is the first signal, the quiet announcement that a queen has returned to her rightful throne. Venus, the great celestial body that governs the currents of your heart, the architect of your desires, the treasurer of your self-worth, has just completed her journey through the fires of Aries and has now, within the last few hours, crossed the threshold into her home domain. She has entered Taurus, and for the next several weeks, the ground beneath your feet is no longer just ground. It is an altar. Your body is no longer just a vessel. It is a garden. And your love life, the entire landscape of your connections, your attractions, and the contracts you have made about your own value will not be the same. This is not a prediction. It is a description of a process that has already begun inside of you. The heat you are feeling is the earth of your own body remembering its own worth. Stay with me. I need you to understand the gravity of this transit, because it is not merely about romance. That is the surface story, the one that will be told in brief, shallow readings. We are going deeper. We are going to the root. The last time Venus moved through this particular degree of the sky with the same weight of cosmic intention, the world was a different place, and you were a different person. The contracts you have been living under were not yet signed. The compromises you learned to call love had not yet been made. This transit is an opportunity, a rare and sacred window, to renegotiate everything from the ground up. Not from your mind, not from your hopes, but from the deep, tectonic truth of your own physical body. To understand what is happening to you, you must understand the nature of this goddess and this land. Venus is not just the flutter of first attraction. In her highest form, she is the force of universal sympathy, the gravity that pulls one atom to another, that births worlds. She is the principle of value itself. What do you cherish? What do you protect? What makes your life beautiful, rich, and worth living? That is her domain. She is the gold in the vein, the song in the throat, the perfect ripeness of the fruit on the vine. And Taurus is her garden, her temple, her vault. Taurus is the fixed earth, the most sensual, embodied, and patient of signs. It is the part of you that knows how to build, how to grow, an inch at a time, how to wait for the harvest. It is the part of you that understands that true wealth is not currency. It is substance. It is the feeling of security in your own skin. When the goddess of value comes home to the land of substance, a great accounting begins. Every place in your life where you have accepted less than you are worth will begin to feel uncomfortable, physically uncomfortable. A relationship built on the flimsy ground of potential rather than the solid earth of presence will suddenly feel like a starvation. A job that pays you in currency but costs you your vitality will feel like a theft. The words of praise you have sought from others will turn to ash in your mouth, because the only nourishment that will satisfy you now is the deep, resonant hum of your own self-worth, recognized and embodied within you. This is why your body is speaking to you. The tightness in your hips is the memory of every time you contorted yourself to be more acceptable, more pleasing, less demanding. The churning in your gut is the dissolution of old appetites, for things that could never truly feed you. The heat in your solar plexus is the forge of your own value being reignited. You are not falling apart. You are being reclaimed by a more ancient and honest part of yourself, the part that knows, without question, that you are the prize. The ancients understood this. The Babylonians watched this star, which they called Ishtar, and they knew her as both the goddess of love and the goddess of war. They understood that to truly value something, you must be willing to fight for it. You must be willing to draw boundaries, to say no, to defend the sanctity of your own garden. For them, her descent into the underworld was not a story of defeat, but a necessary pilgrimage to reclaim her own power from the depths. This is what this transit is asking of you now. It is asking you to descend, not into a place of punishment, but into the rich, dark soil of your own history, your own body, your own unexamined desires, and to reclaim the parts of your value that you have given away, or that were taken from you. The Egyptians saw her as Hathor, the cow goddess of love, beauty, music, and pleasure. She was not a flighty, ethereal being. She was bovine, earthly, a source of cosmic nourishment. She was the milk of life itself. Her temples were places of feasting, of dance, of sensual delight. They knew that the sacred was not separate from the sensual. They knew that to connect with the divine, you must first be fully, unapologetically present in your own physical form. The restlessness you have been feeling is your body's rebellion against a life that has become too disembodied, too mental, too divorced from the simple, profound pleasures of being alive. Your soul is not hungry for more information. It is hungry for more sensation. It is hungry for the taste of real food, the touch of a loving hand, the sound of music that makes your bones vibrate, the sight of a beauty that asks nothing of you but to be witnessed. It says, "Come home." That is the whisper beneath the heat, beneath the restlessness. It says, "Stop searching. Start inhabiting." Let us speak of the central metaphor for this time, the one I need you to carry with you through the coming weeks. Think of your heart, your desires, your entire capacity for love and pleasure as a great ancient wine cellar. For years, perhaps your entire life, you have been living upstairs. You have been serving whatever was quick, available, easy to reach. You've been drinking the thin, acidic wine of conditional acceptance, the intoxicating but ultimately empty spirits of external validation, the lukewarm water of convenient but passionless connections. You've told yourself it was enough. You've told yourself this was all there was. But deep beneath the floorboards, in the dark, something has been aging. Something has been fermenting in the cool, silent earth of your being. This is the good wine. This is the love that is patient, the desire that is rooted in truth, the pleasure that is deep and nourishing. It is the vintage of your own undiluted self-worth. It has been waiting for you. This transit of Venus in Taurus is the sound of the cellar door, long sealed, creaking open. An aroma is rising up through the floorboards, a scent so rich, so real, so full of promise, that it is making all the cheap wine upstairs taste like vinegar. This is the crisis and the invitation. The crisis is that you can no longer stomach what is not real. The invitation is to have the courage to descend the stone steps into the darkness, into the quiet, and to claim what has been yours all along. The descent is not easy. The air in the cellar is different. It is thick with the truth. Down there, you cannot lie to yourself. The first thing you will notice is the silence. Up until now, your love life has been governed by noise. The noise of expectation, the chatter of social media, the clamor of advice from people who are not living in your body. But in the cellar of the self, there is only the slow, patient work of becoming. Here, You will be forced to confront the truth of what you have been settling for. You will see the dusty bottles of affection you accepted because you were afraid to be alone. You will see the casks of passion you never tapped because you were told it was too much, too intense, too selfish. You will see the vintage of a profound, soul-deep partnership that you walked away from because it did not fit the picture of what you thought your life should look like. This is not a journey of shame. Let me be very clear. This is a journey of reclamation. The cellar is not a tomb. It is a treasury. Every experience, every heartbreak, every compromise has been part of the fermentation process. Nothing was wasted. The sorrow you felt deepened the flavor. The loneliness you endured clarified the notes. The patience you were forced to learn allowed the complexity to develop. You are not going into the cellar to regret. You are going in to harvest. The second thing you will notice is the physical sensation. This is a Taurus journey, and it happens in the body first. As you metaphorically descend those steps, pay attention to your senses. What does the air feel like on your skin? What is the temperature of your own truth? For some of you, it will be a profound sense of peace, of coming home. For others, it will be a tremor of fear, because the real thing is so much more potent than what you are used to. You have grown accustomed to a love that asks you to be smaller, quieter, less. The vintage that awaits you in the cellar demands your full presence. It will not be diluted. It will not be rushed. It asks you to show up, fully embodied, and to be able to receive the richness you have so long denied yourself. This is where the real work begins. The journey into the cellar is a confrontation with your own capacity. Can you handle a love that does not require you to perform? Can you receive pleasure without immediately feeling the need to earn it or apologize for it? Can you stand in the quiet and know that you are enough right now without any external validation? The voice of your insecurity will follow you down the first few steps. It will whisper, "Who do you think you are to deserve this? This is not for you. This is for other people, the beautiful people, the worthy people." And this is where the warrior aspect of Ishtar, of Venus, must awaken in you. You must turn to that voice, not with anger, but with the calm, grounded authority of the earth itself, and you must say, "I am the one who tended this vineyard. I am the one who weathered the storms and the droughts. This harvest is mine. I am worthy of my own life." This is not about finding someone to come down into the cellar with you. Not yet. The first part of this journey is yours alone. You must go down and acquaint yourself with your own treasures. You must walk the cool earthen floors and touch the bottles. You must read the labels. This one is "The Year I Learned to Be Alone." This one is "The Vintage of My First True Heartbreak." This one, covered in the thickest dust, is "My Untouched Sovereign Pleasure." You must see what is there. You must take inventory of your own wealth. Only then, when you know the profound value of what you hold, can you even begin to consider who is worthy of sharing it with you. The world will try to pull you back upstairs. The notifications will buzz. The old patterns will call to you. The convenient, unsatisfying connection will send you a message, asking for a little of your time, a little of your energy. And you will be faced with a choice. Do you scurry back up the stairs to serve them another glass of lukewarm water? Or do you stay in the quiet richness of your own cellar and honor the process that is unfolding within you? Venus in Taurus is slow. It is deliberate. It asks for patience. The changes that are coming will not be explosive, like a fire. They will be tectonic, like the slow, inexorable shift of continents. A relationship that is not built on the bedrock of mutual respect and embodied presence will not end in a dramatic fight. It will simply dissolve. The ground beneath it will give way, slowly, until one day you look up and realize you are standing on opposite shores of a chasm that was always there, but you were too busy to notice. A new attraction will not arrive like a lightning strike. It will emerge like a root, slowly pushing its way through the soil. You will feel a sense of recognition, of solidity, of deep and quiet rightness in another person's presence. It will feel less like a dizzying ascent and more like a deep, satisfying anchoring. Pay attention to your body's signals over the next 48 hours. Your body is the oracle now. If you feel a sense of contraction, of tightness, of nausea when you are around a certain person, that is not your anxiety. That is your Venus in Taurus telling you, this is not valuable. This is not nourishing. This is not home. If you feel a sense of expansion, of warmth, of deep relaxation in another's presence, even if it is not flashy or exciting, that is your body saying, here, this is substance. This is real. Trust these signals above all else. Your mind can be tricked. Your heart can be fooled by beautiful words. Your body does not lie. This brings us to the most difficult part of the journey, the direct emotional confrontation. At some point on your descent into the cellar, you will come to a locked door. This door protects the oldest, most valuable vintage. It is the core belief you hold about your own worthiness to be loved. And on the door is a name. It is the name of the person or the experience that first taught you that you were not enough. The one who taught you that your body was a thing to be judged, that your desires were shameful, that your needs were an inconvenience. The one who handed you the cheap wine and told you it was a feast. To unlock this door, you must speak the truth about the contract you made that day. The unspoken agreement to make yourself smaller in order to be loved. The vow of silence you took about your own needs. The belief you swallowed that you had to earn your place at the table. This is the moment of reckoning. Venus in Taurus gives you the courage to stand before that door, to feel the cold iron handle in your hand, and to say aloud, this contract is now void. The debt has been paid. I am taking back the key. This is not about blame or confrontation with another person. This is an internal liberation. It is you, standing in the sacred dark of your own being, and revoking the permission you gave to a lesser story to define your life. When you do this, the door will not fly open. It will swing inward, slowly, revealing the most precious part of your cellar. And in there, you will find not just a bottle, but a mirror. And in the mirror, you will see yourself, not as you fear you are, but as you truly are. A being of immense, inherent value. A creature of earth and starlight, worthy of a love that is as solid and as nourishing as the ground itself. This is the promise of Venus in Taurus. It is a return to the garden, a return to the body, a return to the simple, profound truth that you were born worthy. The journey is not without its tremors. Letting go of what is familiar, even if it is unsatisfying, can feel like a loss. But it is not a loss. It is a clearing of the ground. It is the tilling of the soil to make way for a crop that will finally, truly, feed you. So, for the next few weeks, be slow, be deliberate. Listen to the wisdom of your senses. Eat the food that makes you feel alive. Touch the fabrics that bring you comfort. Listen to the music that makes your heart feel full. Walk barefoot on the earth. And most importantly, have the courage to descend into your own cellar. The world can wait. The noise can fade. Your treasure is waiting. It has been waiting for you your entire life. This is not a search. This is a homecoming. The universe does not present such a potent alignment without also providing the tools to work with it. The energy is here, but you must consciously choose to become a vessel for it. What I am about to offer you is not a spell or a quick fix. It is a practice. A 3-day ritual of embodiment designed to align you with this Venusian tide, to help you navigate the cellar, and to seal a new contract with your own worth. Do not rush this. Perform it with intention, with reverence. The earth is your witness. Your body is your altar. This practice begins tonight. Day 1. The grounding of worth. After the sun has set, I want you to find a piece of earth. This can be a patch of grass in a park, the soil in your garden, even a pot of earth on your balcony. It must be real soil. Take off your shoes and socks. I need you to feel the texture of the ground with the soles of your feet. Stand there for several minutes. Close your eyes. Feel the pull of gravity not as a burden, but as an embrace. Feel the planet holding you, confirming your place here, confirming your substance. Now, with your feet planted firmly, I want you to speak aloud. Not in your head. The vibration must move through your body. You are going to name what you value in yourself, and you are going to use the language of substance, the language of Taurus. Do not say, I am a kind person. Say, I value the strength in my hands that have helped others. Do not say, I am smart. Say, I value the deep well of my curiosity. Speak of yourself as if you are a rich and fertile land. Name at least 5 things. For example, I value the resilience in my bones that have carried me this far. I value the rhythm of my own heart, a steady drum in a chaotic world. I value the warmth of my own body, a constant source of comfort. Feel the words as you speak them. Feel them resonate from the ground up through your legs and into your core. This is not about ego. This is about inventory. You are reminding yourself of the treasures you already possess. You are anchoring your worth not in what others think of you, but in the undeniable reality of your own being. When you are finished, press the palms of your hands to the earth for a moment. Give thanks. Then, without wiping the dirt from your hands or feet, return inside. You are bringing the earth of your own value back into your home. Day 2. The vessel of desire. Sometime tomorrow, during the daylight hours, you will perform the second stage. Take a clear glass and fill it with the purest water you can find. Hold this glass in both hands at the level of your heart. Look at the water. See it not just as a liquid, but as a medium of pure potential, a carrier of intention. Your body is mostly water. You are speaking to yourself. Now I want you to think of one desire, not a fleeting want, not something your ego craves for status. I want you to find the desire that lives deep in the cellar of your being, the one that feels tectonic. It might be the desire for a partnership that feels like a safe harbor. It might be the desire for work that feels like a true expression of your soul. It might be the desire for a home that feels like a sanctuary. It must be a desire for substance, for something real, tangible, and nourishing. Bring that desire into your heart. Feel the shape of it, the weight of it, the texture of it. Now, whisper it to the water. Speak it aloud, just once, with quiet conviction. For example, I am ready to receive a love as solid as the earth. Or, I call in work that nourishes my body and my spirit. Or, I create a home that is a true sanctuary for my soul. See the vibration of your voice creating a ripple in the water. See the water accepting your intention, becoming charged with it. Then, very slowly, drink the entire glass of water. As you drink, feel that desire not as something outside of you that you are chasing, but as something you are integrating, becoming. You are swallowing your truth. You are watering the garden of your own body with the intention of what you are ready to grow. Feel it become part of your cells, part of your blood, part of your bones. You are no longer seeking it. You are embodying it. Day 3. The Offering of Release. On the third day, as dusk approaches, you will complete the ritual. You will need a small piece of paper, a pen, and access to the same patch of earth you used on the first day. This is the most crucial step. This is the release of the old contract. Sit quietly and go into your cellar. Go to that locked door we spoke of. I want you to identify the primary compromise you have been making in your life when it comes to your worth. The one lie you have been living. It might be the act of pretending you don't have needs in a relationship. It might be the acceptance of being underpaid or undervalued in your work. It might be the habit of giving your energy away to people who do not replenish it. It is the one thing you do that tells the universe you are available for less than you deserve. You know what it is. It is the stone in your shoe. It is the ache in your heart on a quiet Sunday night. Write it down on the paper. Be specific. Not, I settle for less, but, I no longer answer messages from people who only contact me when they need something. Or, I no longer pretend to be interested in things that drain my spirit just to keep the peace. Or, I no longer accept intimacy that does not honor my body and my pleasure. Write down the specific compromise you are now releasing. Once it is written, fold the paper as small as you can. Hold it in your hands and say aloud, this contract is fulfilled. This energy is returned to the earth for transmutation. I am free. Then, go to your patch of earth. With your bare hands, dig a small hole. Place the folded paper inside it. As you cover it with soil, you are not burying a secret. You are planting a seed. You are giving the old, dead energy back to the great cycle of life, death, and rebirth, trusting the earth to transform it into fertile ground for what comes next. You are making a sacred offering, declaring to the cosmos and to yourself that the space once occupied by that compromise is now holy ground, reserved for the growth of something real. Pat the earth down. Give thanks one last time. Walk away and do not look back. The work is done. The new foundation is laid. Now, you simply live from this new place. You will be tested. The old patterns will knock on your door. The universe will check to see if you are serious. When the test comes, you will not need to fight. You will simply need to remember the feeling of the earth beneath your feet, the taste of the water on your tongue, and the quiet authority with which you buried what was no longer yours to carry. Your body will know what to do. Your body will hold the new boundary. Your silence in the face of an old demand will be louder than any argument. Your simple, grounded presence will be your protection. This is the deep magic of Venus in Taurus. It is not about wishing upon a star. It is about becoming as real, as present, and as valuable as the earth itself. It is the end of negotiation. It is the beginning of embodiment. You did not find this by accident. Let that sink in. You did not stumble upon these words by chance in a sea of endless content. Something in you, a deep, resonant part of your own knowing, recognized the shift in the celestial tide before your mind could even name it. It led you here. The part of you that is tired of the flimsy and the false, the part that is starving for substance. That is the part that clicked, that listened, that has stayed with me to this very moment. Your presence here is the first and most powerful evidence that you are ready. You are not behind. You are not late. You have arrived at this threshold at the precise, cosmically appointed moment for your own homecoming. I want you to honor the courage that it took to stay, to listen, to feel. It is not easy to stand still long enough to hear the truth rising from beneath the noise of your life. It is an act of profound bravery to be willing to descend into your own cellar while the rest of the world is distracted by the bright lights upstairs. What you have done by receiving this transmission is sacred work. You have chosen to turn toward yourself, and in doing so, you have turned toward the divine. The journey is not over. It has just been given a map. The coming weeks will ask you to walk the path, to make choices from this new, grounded place of self-worth. There will be moments of doubt. The old ghosts will whisper at the cellar door. But now, you have the tools. You have the awareness. You have the undeniable, physical memory of your own value, anchored in the earth. Trust that. Trust your body. It is the most honest compass you will ever own. I ask one final thing of you, not for myself, but for the community of souls who are walking this path alongside you, even in silence. In the space below, I want you to make a declaration. I want you to seal the work you have just done with a public statement of intent. Do not write a question. Do not write your story of woe. Write a simple, powerful declaration from the truth you have uncovered here. Write the words, I am home in myself. Do this not for validation, not for likes, but as an act of energetic anchoring. Let your fingers type the words that your soul now knows to be true. When you write it, you claim it. You make it manifest. And more than that, someone beneath your words, someone who is still standing at the top of the stairs, trembling with fear and uncertainty, will read your declaration and find the courage to take the first step. Your act of claiming your own sovereignty becomes a lamp for another. This is how we heal. Not alone in our cellars, but in the quiet, resonant solidarity of knowing that others, too, are coming home. I have spent countless hours in study, in meditation, poring over ancient texts and listening to the whispers of the planets, so that this course could be made clear for you at this exact time. I do this because I believe in the profound importance of this work. If this transmission has served you, if it has illuminated a path for you, then subscribe and join this community. Ring the bell so that you do not miss the next chapter of our journey together, for there is more to come as these energies unfold. Remember this: the universe is not trying to test you, it is trying to bless you. The discomfort you feel is not punishment, it is the growing pains of your own becoming. You are being invited into a love that is as patient, as reliable, and as beautiful as the earth itself. It is a love that begins and ends within you. Go now. Stand on your holy ground. You are worthy of the harvest.